Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take the research and notes you provide and, well, we pull out the key insights for you.
Exactly. Custom tailored.
Today, we're diving into something pretty fascinating, using ancient timekeeping to sort of figure out the precise timing of the cross event.
Yeah, your sources lay out a really detailed calculation of the days involved.
And it's not just about, nailing down dates. It's more about understanding how people actually tracked time back then. It can kind of flip our modern assumptions.
It really can. And the absolute starting point, the thing you have to get from your sources for this whole deep dive, is how they defined a day.
Okay.
For this discussion, a day runs from evening to evening. Think Genesis. The evening and the morning were the first day.
Right, I've heard that.
So specifically here, the Sabbath is treated as starting Friday, 6 p.m. and ending Saturday, 6 p.m.
Got it. 6 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Now, your sources do mention there are other views on the Sabbath timing. Just want to be clear on that.
Yeah.
But for this timeline we're exploring, that Friday evening start is the foundation. It shapes everything else.
That really is a fundamental shift, isn't it? Compared to our midnight to midnight thinking, it completely reorders things, especially around the Sabbath.
Absolutely.
So given that framework, how do the sources then pinpoint the events, like the crucifixion itself?
Well, that definition leads us right to it. According to your material, Jesus passed away on the sixth day.
The sixth day, which they call
the preparation day, which lines up with Friday, and the time given is around 3 p.m.
Okay, Friday, 3 p.m.
And importantly, this was Nisan 14 on the Hebrew calendar, very close to sunset.
Nisan 14. That's the day before Passover usually starts, right?
Or related to it. It's the day of the Passover sacrifice preparations leading right into the festival and the Sabbath. All the work had to be done before sunset when the Sabbath and Nisan 15 would begin.
Ah, okay. So if he passed at 3 p.m. on Nisan 14, and the day flips, like you said, around 6 p.m., that's only 3 hours later.
Exactly. That 3-hour window is incredibly significant.
What happens then, according to the sources?
It's critical because just 3 hours after he passed, it was already Nisan 15, a new day, religiously speaking.
Well,
He was then in the tomb for the entire seventh day, the Sabbath, which was Nisan 15. That day was also the Feast of Unleavened Bread, a major festival.
So in the tomb all of Saturday, essentially.
All of the Sabbath, yes. From Friday evening to Saturday evening. And then he rose on the first day of the week.
Sunday morning.
Sunday, Nisan 16, right at dawn. This sequence, laid out in your sources, also sheds light on the Last Supper's timing.
Right, the Last Supper. How does that fit into this evening-to-evening thing in the Nisan dates?
Well, your sources point out that Jesus had that meal with the disciples right after Nisan 14 began.
Which would be Thursday evening.
Thursday evening, correct. As soon as Nisan 14 started at sunset. And this was typically a full day before most other people would eat the Passover meal.
Really? A day earlier?
According to this interpretation, yes. That timing decimil is often a point of rediscovery for people looking at the sources closely.
It's like you said, trying to read things with a different clock, the timing shifts everything.
Precisely.
So wrapping this part up, the main takeaway from this deep dive is how understanding that evening-to-evening day definition and the specific Sabbath timing used here, Friday 6 p.m. to Saturday 6 p.m., gives us this really precise sequence. Jesus passing Friday afternoon, 3 p.m., Nisan 14, just before sunset.
Near the end of the preparation day.
Then in the tomb through the entire Sabbath, Nisan 15.
Which started just hours after his death.
And rising Sunday dawn, Nisan 16. And the Last Supper fits in there too, on Thursday evening, the start of Nisan 14, a day ahead of the common practice.
It really highlights how crucial those ancient definitions are. And it makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What's fascinating here is how these old ways of marking time or observing festivals like Passover right at the start of Nisan 14, how they just completely frame our view of history. So maybe a question for you, the listener, is how does knowing these really specific kind of nuanced details about how they kept time, how does that deepen your perspective on the past? Does it change anything for you?
Something to definitely think about, how the mechanics of time itself shape our understanding.
Yeah.